But just as I had enough money to rent my own place, my parents took me aside and begged me to stay. It's the perfect situation! We couldn't just take the kids away for a year-long holiday after we just enrolled them at the best school in the city. They'll end up losing their spot. And tickets aren't changeable, I'm afraid, and they're only for 2. What? Why? Why are you taking a year-long holiday anyway? You literally just adopted 8 kids. We were gonna leave it for later because we wanted it to be a surprise. But... We won the lottery! What? Isn't it exciting? You... What? What lottery? 489 million buckaroonies, son! Holy... You're not kidding! Dad showed me the money in his bank account. Sure, my parents had money before, but not that kind of money. Understandably, they were quite excited to go do things they'd never done in life before. They were always working when I was a kid, and they never got to travel, so I didn't mind that it was inconvenient. I stayed and watched my 8 new siblings while they were off on a grand adventure. That first weekend, I got to know my adopted brothers and sisters. We played a lot in the yard, and I took them out to their favorite place for dinner. We had a blast at the fair afterwards, where all 8 of them made me use all the money in my wallet to try and win them a huge teddy bear. It only took all of $200, but I was victorious in the end, and they carried that teddy over their heads like a trophy. Without me knowing, that time that I was spending with the kids was attracting a lot of attention. And the following Monday, when I dropped them off at school, I noticed eyes were following me. More specifically, mom eyes. Isn't that Ken Matthews? Oh my God, he has 8 kids? The one who got dumped at the altar because the fiancé was preggers with the cousin's baby? That was wild, wasn't it? But look at him now, 8 kids, and he's handling them all like a champ. I bet he's exhausted. I know I'd be. I want to be the one who helps him take the edge off. Get in line, girl. Oh, look! The kids are all following him in a single file, like little ducklings. So cute! Suddenly, all the moms who were watching me fluttered their eyes at me and sighed as they waved hello. I had no idea what they were talking about, but I definitely sensed some very intense attraction directed at me. I wanted to teach the kids the route to school, so I didn't drive them those first few days. We all walked to school, hand in hand, and the kids would sing as we went. Everyone we met on the street was enchanted by my siblings, and the women who lived in the houses we passed would open their windows and watch. They all made sure to tell me that we were welcome to come by their homes at any time. And the kids would laugh and start singing a new song. Someone has a crush on Ken! Someone has a crush on Ken! And both the women and I would be embarrassed by the whole thing, and I'd try to hurry the kids along. And then, one day, while I was walking the kids home, I decided I'd take them to the ice cream shop because they were all so well behaved. But when I stood at the counter to order, it was Allison. She looked up, saw the 8 kids behind me, and was stunned. Well, hello. Long time no see, hey? Wow. I never knew you could make such cute babies. They're not my... If I knew I could have babies this cute with you, I wouldn't have chosen your cousin. I mean, to be honest, I always thought he'd make a cute baby because he was hotter than you. But I guess I was wrong. So, he's hot and your babies aren't cute? Say that out loud again and do the math in your head. Allison took her apron off and started following me and the kids back home. No, but seriously, we should have babies. I mean, I can keep it a secret. Even just one? Think about it. It'll make you and your cousin even. I slammed the door on Allison's face and told my parents' security guards to never let her anywhere near the house. Throughout that year that I had to watch the kids, nobody believes me that they weren't mine. But to be honest, I was enjoying the interest. I kinda went the bad boy route. I said yes to every date invite. At the time, I felt powerful. My business was starting to pick up. I had to hire a few more people, and I got myself a small building for our new offices. And all around me, women were crushing on me because they thought I had 8 kids and I was a single dad. I was so glad when my parents got back home from their year-long holiday. But it wasn't the happy reunion I thought it would be. Mom barely looked at the kids, and Dad went straight up to their room. An hour later, he came back down with more suitcases packed than when they left. What's going on?
Your father cheated on me on the trip where we were supposed to celebrate our 25th anniversary. Don't you ever come back here again.
Dad didn't speak a word to me. He just up and left, and Mom was left with nothing. Turns out he had already been cheating on Mom way before, and he secretly filed for divorce and forged her signature. As luck would have it, he did all that before he won the lottery, and Mom was left with only what they had before he became a multimillionaire, which was debt. Turned out, Dad had been hiding the fact that he was broke from us all those years, and the pressure at home made him seek comfort from someone else. While they were on vacation, Dad took the other woman on vacation as well and put her 2 rooms away from their room. He would meet her every other day, and Mom suspected something was up, so she pretended to be sick. She followed him that day and found him kissing the girl. She showed me the photo that she took while she hid in the bushes. And I couldn't believe my eyes. It was Laura. I knew exactly what was about to happen, so I phoned my dad over and over. But he didn't pick up. For days, I tried to reach him, but he never replied. And then, the inevitable happened. Months later, Dad came knocking at my door, wet from the rain and crying. It's gone. It's all gone. She took it. If only he'd read my messages. If only he'd answered my calls. Mom still didn't want to see him, but I didn't want my dad's story to be the same as mine. So I went to the last address that Laura was seen at. But the windows were boarded up, and when I looked through the windows, I saw that the place was empty.
If you're looking for the couple that lives there, they left very early in the morning yesterday.
Spun around and saw a homeless girl sitting by the sidewalk petting her dog.
I'm Ashley. I live round these parts. I know everything that goes on. Having my little spies, you see. For a fee, I could help you find them.
With Ashley and her spies' help, I did end up tracking Laura and her husband down. They were in a different city now and were living under different names. I didn't want to make any noise or call the cops in case they got spooked and ran away. So Ashley and I waited until they were both asleep. And then we snuck into their house and took back everything they stole. Luckily, the pair were deep sleepers. I even managed to get into their bank accounts by using their fingerprints, and they didn't so much as stir. Ashley and I got home, and finally I got most of my dad's money and possessions back. I even found one of my old watches there. I hugged Ashley and thanked her for everything. So, what do I owe you? Ashley smiled, and instead of asking for a portion of the money, she closed her eyes.
Kiss? Or 2?
She was the first girl who wasn't interested in me for money, or any other reason other than me. And you know what? I took Ashley in. I bought her new clothes, gave her a job, and after a year, we started dating for real. And then, I knew I was in love with her. I gave most of the money I recovered to my mom, and I gave her and Ashley the life they deserved. I gave a bit of it to Dad to help him get by. Dad tried to get back together, but Mom was already happily dating an oil tycoon that she met at a speed dating event. They got married at a simple ceremony in our backyard, and they're happily raising my 8 adopted siblings. Ashley and I took it to the next level too. I announced our engagement on the papers, and everyone came to the wedding. Even all my exes, and I never even sent them an invite. Allison came up to me just before the wedding. She was holding 4 kids in her arms, and her hair was a mess.
So, you like lots of kids, right? How about you take me and my kids instead? Well, it's not too late. Come on, you'll love it. We're a package deal already.
My cousin can literally hear you, and I know a bad deal when I see one. Allison wouldn't let up. She shoved her kids in my cousin's arms and ran after me, but a wire tripped her and she fell face first into the fake wedding cake. Luckily, the real cake was only coming out at the reception. Everyone laughed at Allison, who came out of the incident looking like a yeti made of icing. And my cousin, who'd had enough of her infidelity, left her on the spot. After we said our vows, the girl who told me I was too short came up to me and tried to ask me to make her my side piece. Instead, I went behind her back and introduced her boyfriend to my wife's hot sister. They got on swimmingly and ended up kissing in front of my exes. And the one who left me for a millionaire? Well, she gate-crashed the party, wearing rags, and begged me for money. Turned out, her super-rich husband lost all of his money, their house, and all his cars to the casino. Funny thing is, even Laura attended the ceremony. And I just had a feeling she would. So, I had FBI agents disguised as guests in the crowd, and the moment she approached me, they all leapt up to grab her, and her husband. She begged me not to let them take her, and I forgave her, only on the condition that she would be the nanny for free to the 6 kids I planned on having with my new wife. And to this day, she frantically runs around the house running after my cute little angels that she has to serve for free for the rest of her life.
Please don't forget to share this podcast on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and so on. Thanks for your support. Check out our YouTube channel by clicking the link in this episode description. And also, kindly please rate and review this podcast. Bye.